Hello, and welcome to my channel. Have you ever found yourself wondering why there hasn't been any sequels or reboots to the smash hit film Fletch from 1985? As a huge fan of this movie, as well as the books that the character is based upon, I've been hoping to see another Fletch film for quite some time. The original Fletch movie was, as I mentioned, a huge success. It made nearly $60 million at the box office worldwide. And Chevy Chase? Well, he was just freaking awesome in the role of Irwin Maurice Fletch Fletcher, an investigative journalist working on a story about the drug culture on the beaches of California. The film was based upon the 1974 novel of the same name by Gregory McDonald. The novel was so successful that it inspired a number of sequels to be written by McDonald. However, to this day, the original novel is the only Fletch story by McDonald to be adapted to film. You might be wondering about Fletch Lives from 1989. While I enjoy that movie, it was not based upon a novel by McDonald, and I personally feel it doesn't quite hold up to the original movie. There have been numerous attempts to bring the iconic character of Fletch back to the big screen. The first was by Kevin Smith, who had been wanting to do a Fletch film since the late 90s, and had Jason Lee in mind for the lead role. Apparently, according to Smith, he had written an insanely faithful to the book, Fletch I, script, which tells the story of a young Fletch's first big story at the newspaper, and he wanted to make the flick with Lee as the lead. However, Miramax's head honcho Harvey Weinstein didn't get Jason Lee at all. Instead, Weinstein wanted Kevin Smith to go to his longtime friend, Ben Affleck, and ask him to take the role. But Ben had already been offered a role in a Disney movie and felt like he should follow that through. Honestly, I would have loved to see Fletch I starring Jason Lee. I think Lee is a fantastic actor and would have done a great job in the role. The next real attempt to reboot the series came in 2005 from the writer and producer of Scrubs, Bill Lawrence. Bill wanted to have Zach Braff in the role of Fletch. Lawrence had told the press that the Fletch movies are remembered as comedies, but they have an edge that people forget about. I couldn't agree more. The novels, while still witty, all have a darker tone than either of the previously released movies. Unfortunately, apparently Zach Braff dropped off the project, feeling that he wouldn't be able to fill Chevy Chase's shoes. According to Braff, whoever takes on the remake really has to nail it, and even then, most people will hate it unless it's Chevy Chase. Then, around 2015, there were talks that Jason Sudeikis was going to be headlining a Fletch reboot, but that never came to fruition. And that brings us to today. In July of 2020, Miramax officially announced that they are making a Fletch reboot with Greg McDonald, the director of Superbad, on board to direct. The film will be based upon the Gregory McDonald novel Confess Fletch. Jon Hamm is said to be cast in the role of Fletch, and he will also be an executive producer. I've got to say, I really hope this movie happens. I loved Jon Hamm in Mad Men, and I think he would be perfect in this role. The real question is, was Zach Braff correct when he said that most people will hate any Fletch movie that doesn't have Chevy Chase? What do you think? Are you as excited as I am about another Fletch movie? What do you think of Jon Hamm as Fletch? I look forward to reading your comments. Also, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel where I talk about movies, music, and TV from the 70s, 80s, and every once in a while, even something more current. As always, thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Stay safe.